What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, That One Dude, and today we're gonna be reacting to RDC World 1, Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball series, anime court. So we'll just go ahead and see what they got to say about this. Before we even watch the video, go ahead, let me know which one do you think is gonna win this series? It's pretty I watched both of them. I really love both of them. Check out the shirt, you know what I'm saying? I really love both of them. So that's pretty hard for me just to judge without really getting into it. But I'm going to go with bias only because I got into Dragon Ball first. So I'm going to give it to Dragon Ball. But I mean, when you really break it down, it's really going to be pretty hard. Other than that, let's just see what they have to say about it, and then maybe they can sway you or whatever the case. So, make your judgment in the comments before you even watch the video. Like right now, I'm picking Dragon Ball, but let's just see what they have to say, and maybe they change your mind. Maybe they know some stuff that you didn't really pay attention to. Maybe I didn't pay attention to. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Naruto or Dragon Ball Z? Not one nigga can answer that question without arguing.
That's a good question.
If you watch both them shows, you cannot just answer that question right off the bat without hard deliberation.
I just said that. Really, I can't. I really can't even answer that question like that.
I'm not even playing. Especially if you ask a group of niggas, that's an argument right off the bat. I'm telling you, if you ask...
I've had this debate with a bunch of people, and usually I'm on the Dragon Ball side. That's why I just went ahead and put my biases out there. So that's pretty hard for me to say who's gonna win. Because whenever I'm doing our arguments, I can see some points they making. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. Okay, this actually looks like a pretty good game right here. I think this is a phone game. So,
if so, check the description below and join over 50 million players.
Definitely look at it. You know what I'm saying? That looks like a good game. I'm going to leave that in there too.
Naruto or Dragon Ball Z? Naruto. Thank y'all. It's not even a comparison. You better wake up.
I'm up. They both ghosts, but you gotta give it to Dragon Ball Z.
Honestly, y'all stuck in the past. See, Dragon Ball Z is a GOAT. It is a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Pioneer and all that shit. But Naruto's a pioneer too, came out of nowhere. Has a way intricate more storyline. It's really deep, a lot of episodes, and it got a lot of people in anime, right? So it's better than Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z got a lot of people in anime too.
Oh, come on. Really? A nigga just dropped down out of nowhere, Goku beats him. That's what Dragon Ball Z did. It had some of the coldest moments.
Noah's gonna happen each time.
Thank you.
So you telling me that you knew that Goku was gonna
Oh my God.
Nobody knew that.
Man, what? But I'm saying, but there's no comparison. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know, man.
If niggas could be took to court for anime,
You could say a lot of points about who's the So I guess they about to start now. You said something about court, but you can take a lot of points, and everybody can work their bias if you want to do something like that. Let's get it.
All rise for Judge Harris.
I like the Space Jam shirt too. My man took off his glasses for this.
Alright, so today we'll be discussing the case of Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z. Each of you will have 1 minute to plead your case, and we're going to start with story.
That's good. 1 minute. One minute. I'll support that.
So I guess real first, we only got a minute, so I'm gonna make this quick. Alright. So our first point is storyline. And as we all know, Dragon Ball Z storyline is weak. For lack of a better term. Naruto's storyline is very intricate. Why, Your Honor? Because who would have known that Madara was not even gonna be the last villain? Spoiler alert.
That's not a spoiler at this point,
Who would have known that the owner of Chakra would have came out and had to fight everybody on Naruto? Now, I understand that twist wasn't the best twist, but it was still a great twist.
It was definitely not the best twist. That was a terrible twist that came out.
Also in Naruto's storyline, lots of things happen. Lots of twists and turns. People die. Main people die and do not come back. Something that Dragon Ball Z always lacks because emotion. It lacks emotion because every time somebody dies on Dragon Ball Z, go get the fucking Dragon Balls. Trash. I'm glad you got that joke. But yeah.
That's a meme right there.
That's my
If
top.
anybody ever wanted to see it.
Man. Okay, while I do agree with you to some extent, Naruto does have an amazing story. We all know that. But to
It
call
does.
Dragon Ball Z story weak in comparison? Nonsense. Okay, let's start like this. Dragon Ball Z is home to some of the most emotional scenes in anime history, so I don't know why you would even say that. Two of those being when Goku turned Super Saiyan 1 against Frieza on anime, and when Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. Wouldn't agree with that. Okay, that's nice, And also, you seem to say that Naruto has story and Dragon Ball Z doesn't, but you're forgetting Dragon Ball. That's where the story originated. That's where we learned the origin of Goku and all of his friends.
Today we're talking about.
But it's a trilogy. And there's okay, you had your turn. And there's one major flaw that you forgot.
Hey, you had your turn. You hit him with, hey boy, shut up.
Which took up 40% of the show.
40?
And that's all I have to say. Hey, move on. 40%.
Alright. So let's just go ahead and give our opinions on it, like from these first points, before the judge say who won this round, whatever. So I'm gonna give it like unbiased. I'm gonna say the story goes to Dragon Ball in its series, whatever the case is, right? The series, I mean, you could say the story is about the Dragon Balls, but it's definitely not about the Dragon Balls at this point. It's about Goku and his quest to be the strongest in the multiverse at this point, right? So I mean that's like a never-ending story because you could always come with stronger villains to make this better, right? But Naruto's story is really about, hey, I want to become a Hokage, and even after he become a Hokage, he don't really have any. There's no drive anymore. Like he don't be like, hey, I want to become the strongest. I mean, he's just like a politician. He's still super strong, but I mean, like, where do you go in Boruto? I guess the new story is about how Boruto is going to become stronger than Naruto, but like, I'm not really big on Boruto, so biased, but you know what I'm saying. The storylines, I'm giving that to Dragon Ball, and so that's what I'm giving to Dragon Ball, just for me personally. But based off what they was talking about, I'm still giving it to Dragon Ball. I don't really like the way he spoke his case and was like, hey, we got a lot of twists and turns and all that. Like, what does that even mean? A good thing about that would have been like, hey, we actually have people die, which is very hard. Like people like Itachi, people like Minato. My three favorite characters are Itachi and Minato and Kakashi. But like people like Minato dying, people like Itachi dying, people like Jiraiya dying, even Neji later on. Those was pretty big characters, and you got other than Minato, you got to know them by the time they died, right? So that was a big deal. Even Zabuza dying in the beginning, I kind of didn't want him to die after whenever he was kind of emotional. Now Dragon Ball, on the other hand, like storyline, I mean, where he already said it. Like I agree with him. Like, hey, the storyline, I'll take the Dragon Ball part out, but like the fact that Goku want to get stronger each and every time, I'm giving it to Dragon Ball on this one. All right, let's just go ahead and get to the next one. So, based off what they were saying, I'm giving the point to Dragon Ball, but we'll see. Let's see what the judge say.
Alright, that's enough. Your time is up. Next, we'll be discussing character development.
I'll take it.
Okay, so he's not going to judge in between the rounds. He probably going to do it at the end.
Character development. Everybody in Naruto
It
has
does.
character development. Let me give you an example. Well, he's not an example, but Sasuke, he just has talent. He just brought on talent. He always going to be powerful. But Naruto, he teaches you that if you outwork your opponent, you can get to his level. He trained with Jiraiya for 2 years, and now he's up there with, Sasuke. And Lee did the same thing. So now he's up there with Neji. And now I'm just reaching out to y'all anybody hasn't seen Naruto or anything, and you have a goal in your life that you need to go, and you don't think that you can outwork your opponent to get there, watch Naruto, and I bet you could be inspired to do that. Thank you. I rest my case.
Stop. I'm that. I was gonna let the next person talk. Based off of I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece on this part right now. I don't even know what the Dragon Ball person gonna say, but based off his argument alone, I'm giving this point to Dragon Ball. Before we went, we had situations like, what do you say? He started off with Sasuke. Sasuke has he's very strong. He's natural talent, but Naruto trained to be stronger than Sasuke. I mean, are we not thinking about that? Naruto has the nine-tailed fox that pretty much says like, hey, if you're in trouble, I pretty much got your back, no matter how much you're outclassed. He said Rock Lee was on the same with Neji. Rock Lee got trashed by Neji pretty much the whole story. Well, not the whole story, but all the way up until the Chunin exams. And you can even say maybe Rock Lee never took off the weight, so then he could beat Neji, but who would have known it yet? And then you could say, hey, Rock Lee, he even beat Sasuke. But Sasuke watched Rock Lee fight Gaara one time, and then he came back the next time you seen Sasuke fight Gaara. He was just as fast as Rock Lee with natural talent, showing that you really don't have to put the work in. With just as fast as Rock Lee, took his best thing he had going for him, and he had more natural talent, better techniques. Rock Lee is like a terrible example of an anime that if you really have your mindset to something, you can do it. Naruto is a bad example for that too, because no matter how much he was outclassed in any situation, Nine-Tailed Fox won him most of his battles. So I would definitely not even try to use those examples in that. Dragon Ball is the same way. I don't know what they're going to say, so I really don't want to say anything about it yet. But Naruto's terrible argument on his natural talent wins most of the fights in Naruto. Something he could have used for character development. Sasuke has very good character development where he changed his life. He changed his life around. He could have used. Naruto has good character development. A perfect example of a character development person would have been Gaara. When you first meet Gaara, and then when you meet him later on as the Kazekage, even before, actually, yes, as the Kazekage, Gaara is a totally different person. So much character development went into him and the way he thinks now. So like Gaara could have been one. A good character development could have been like, hey, we have Itachi, good character development. You could have said, hey, we have Shikamaru, just like, hey, we have all of these characters in Naruto, and you don't only have to be Naruto or Sasuke to be a person doing something. Which Dragon Ball, I don't want to say anything about it, but Dragon Ball, no matter how much some of these characters are, or how much they train. I hope they don't use the whole you could train so much, or how much they train. If your name is not Goku specifically, but you can throw Goku or Vegeta, you really don't matter, right? So let's just go ahead and see what Dragon Ball had to say. But Naruto is a terrible argument. I'm giving this to Dragon Ball before we watch it, unless Dragon Ball really mess up. But it's 2-0.
What my friend Desmond was talking about wasn't character development. It was just characters getting stronger throughout the show. What's real character development?
Yes, it was.
Vegeta changing his whole outlook on the show. He went from a prideful antagonist to a family man trying to fight for Earth. At the end of the show, he swallowed his pride and said Goku was stronger than him. at the beginning of the show,
Desmond didn't do his
Vegeta
homework.
never done that. But as the show carried on, it developed. His character developed. Another example is Gohan, completely different character from what he was whenever he was a teenager or whenever he was a kid. But Rock Lee, he's still the same character. At the beginning of the show, hardworking.
I just said that.
End of the show, hardworking, one-track minded. Same with Naruto.
Same with Naruto. How? Naruto has the most character development. He went from being a
I want to hear how as well.
ninja to a smart ninja, being able to defeat strong enemies like the third Raikage. Stop it.
Naruto didn't get smarter,
His
and
fighting
this just
skills
saying
developed.
he got stronger,
His brain developed.
getting stronger,
Nigga got taller. He developed.
getting stronger.
So get out of here with that. Okay. Order.
Terrible arguments.
That's enough.
Yeah, yes. Hit. Yeah, my man got a real hammer.
Let's move over to the.
He got a real hammer.
All right. So fighting, a lot of people would right off the bat say.
Just to make that one quick, since they about to get into fighting, just to make that one quick, I'm giving it to Dragon Ball. He made good points. Character development, Vegeta, Gohan. You could have used Piccolo. You can use Boo. I mean, like, yo, Dragon Ball has some good character development. Vegeta is like the go-to if you want to go with character development, but they have a lot of character development. And actually, even Krillin had good character development if you really look at it. But like, Naruto has so much character development. You got Kakashi as well. Man, it's astounding how they, like my man Desmond, he really didn't do his homework and he just lost that whole round. But let's go ahead into fighting.
Dragon Ball Z takes the fighting. I beg to differ. Dragon Ball Z uses a lot of fight scenes over and over again. They just show you the same clip in a different angle and then claim it's a different fight scene. It's not. Naruto never does that. They use different fight scenes every time, and people fight differently on Naruto. Shikamaru uses his shadow strangle jutsu to fight most of the time. His shadow to fight people. Naruto will come at you with straight taijutsu, with hands. You know what I'm saying? Naruto versus Sasuke. Last fight. Roll the clip.
Is this the fight you show for straight
That's straight
taijutsu?
for you right there, right? Rock Lee versus Garp. That's straight taijutsu and an iconic moment of Naruto. Also, we got things like Kabuto
It
versus
is.
Tsunade.
That's the one I would have shown. That's the clip I would have shown.
You know, a lot of people don't
Or
remember
maybe
that.
even Itachi versus, not Itachi, but Kakashi versus, yeah, Kakashi versus Obito.
Then we got Hashirama versus Madara. You know, big jutsu's being thrown, but still a different type of fighting. Do you understand what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z, straight hands every time. And I'm not gonna disrespect them. They got some real niggas over there. We got some real niggas too. Kakashi, Itachi, we got Naruto, we got Sasuke. All them niggas real. Okay? They got some real niggas too. All right, but I rest my case. Like, we gonna box. You know what I'm talking about?
And said Itachi though.
Alright, I do agree with y'all once again. Y'all got some cold fights, both in intricate and hand to hand. But when it comes to hand to hand, we all know Dragon Ball Z can be messed with. Goku is top dog no matter what. Goku, Gohan, the whole Z fighters. Let me show you an example. TN,
No Vegeta?
TN versus Nappa. Can you show the clip? That's one arm boxing. Come on, bro. Come on. Majin Vegeta versus.
What's up with these clips? What is up with these clips? That was a terrible clip to show as well.
He was underwater. He made 3 Kamehamehas. And he threw them up one at a time to throw Frieza off. He threw the last one up and came up with it and stole it. That's clean.
That was clean. I mean, he came down and kicked him, but
When it comes to
that was
hand-to-hand
clean.
fight,
But
you did make a point saying that Dragon Ball Z may have used the same clip, but that's just exaggerating how fast they're moving. You know what I'm saying? They're not humans. We
It
really
does.
do this. That's all I gotta say.
okay. So what I'm gonna say is, right now, I'm giving that one to Naruto, because just to break it down, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball the series, is more about who is the stronger, who's more powerful in these fights. It all comes down to power. You can have someone in Dragon Ball who has a very good ability. Here go a good example of a person with a very good ability. Majin Buu. No matter how good his ability was, even though he turned Vegito into a gumball, he was outclassed. So even he was still losing while he was in the gumball. Another good ability in Majin, I mean not Majin, but in Dragon Ball, be like, even in Super. So right, he has this amazing ability. He can beat anyone. Well, most people that's on his level or near his level. The ability was nice, but then when he fought a person who outclasses him, I mean, the time skip became useless. To even go back to like Z, because this is one when you start getting its power levels. Here's an ability where Captain Ginyu, I mean, you really can't really tell this one because you've never seen it happen, but Captain Ginyu and let's say Goldo from the Ginyu Force was bowing down to Frieza. They were scared of him. You know, they worked for him, even though they have two very good abilities where maybe Goldo could have froze Frieza with his ability to the paralysis, and Captain Ginyu could have took his body, which is a much stronger body, and you know, they could have been ruling the world, whatever the case is, right? But if it came down to hey, this guy clearly outclasses you, so no matter how many abilities you use, you will lose. Switch it over to Naruto. I'll make this one quick. Naruto has like the 3 different fighting styles: the Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, and Genjutsu. I mean, that already is gonna make a type of fight. But then on top of those type of fights, you have the situations where there's chakra nature. So then you comes up to a rock paper scissors type of a fight. On top of chakra natures, you have like chakra levels. Some people has way more chakra than other people. So I'm not even gonna talk about KK Genkais, but like some people have more chakra, which means they can do things more often. Dragon Ball was not about like, hey, who gonna run out of energy faster. It's like, it's usually like whose energy is bigger. Another thing on Naruto is, even if someone outclasses you or have like a better chakra nature, whatever, you can still win this fight if you can outsmart them, if you can outmaneuver them, if you can do some things. Naruto, pretty much all his fights, I wouldn't even say that he came out being smart. Most of them Nine Tails, but his fight versus Neji, you know, well, it was Nine Tails, but the way he came out the ground, let's just scrap that one because that was a terrible analogy. But a good example. Here you go. He said Madara. The way he lost, the way he died is a perfect example of no matter how powerful Madara was, he still lost to somebody who was a lot smarter than him. Most of Itachi's fights, due to his sickness, he was probably weaker than a lot of people, but the way he can outsmart a lot of people, he pretty much almost like he didn't lose any fights. What's another good example of just like outsmart some? Oh, here go another good example. Early on Naruto, where Naruto and Sasuke had to free Kakashi from when Zabuza had him in the water prison. Zabuza outclassed them pretty much in every stat, even with both of them put together. But due to them outsmarting him, they was able to free Kakashi, and then everybody know how that fight went. And if you don't know, go ahead and watch it. But you know, these situations can really change a fight in Naruto versus Dragon Ball. If you're stronger than somebody, 99.99999 times you're gonna win. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. See what's the last one.
Come on, man.
Hold on one
Oh, we got
second.
another
What are you
advertisement.
doing?
I started playing this addictive game called War Robots. It has multiplayer. You should play with me.
So I'm gonna leave all this advertisement in here. You know what I'm saying? So just because, you know what I'm saying, you get somebody video, man, you gotta go ahead and show them some support.
I'm not even finna lie to y'all. War Robots is live. Like, did y'all see the graphics? It's really like Titanfall mobile game version.
The graphics do look nice. Like especially to be a phone game right there, the graphics look beast. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not really a big phone game person like that. Especially something that I gotta really play, like it's a controller. But I mean, these graphics do look nice. Who knows? Maybe I might even try it. So
Also, if you click the link in the description below, you will unlock the GI Patent Plus Robot 4. Plus, by clicking the link, you can unlock Punisher machine guns, 400,000 silver, and 100 gold, which you can use to upgrade your robot.
Okay. Both sides, very valid points. But now we're gonna move on to music.
oh, so the score is 2-1. 2 for Dragon Ball, 1 for Naruto, and then we got music. Okay, so let's see what they got.
Any of these other shows, Naruto music is to go. A lot of shows do have music that can almost match Naruto's music, but let's think about their theme songs. Let's go ahead and drop Shikamaru's real fast. Niggas can get down to that. Listen to that Shikamaru theme music.
Definitely, you can get down to that.
Can we talk about
I love Shikamaru's music.
Every time he came in, that music came on because you know some evil shit was about to happen. Quit playing. Okay? And I know most of y'all not even gonna remember this because y'all niggas don't really watch Naruto like that. Kimi Maru's theme music. When that shit come on, if you ain't crying, I don't respect you. My nigga Kimi Maru's old.
I don't respect you.
You know what I'm saying? Akatsuki theme music. Now we already know now. Mostly pain. You already know
That's beast too.
Quit playing.
Loving the sounds from this. Like,
Naruto's openings and endings, you can't handle it. They got the best openings and endings. I have to take up more than a minute for that. Cause y'all niggas don't hear me. Opening 5, opening 9, part 1. Opening 3, she flowing. Go listen. Naruto Shippuden. Opening 1, got niggas live right off the back. 2, you are my friend. Stop it. 4, nigga.
Closer. Oh, he came up with some good ones. That's good.
Alright, now I ain't gonna front. Naruto, y'all music is hella goat. But ours is too. Let me go ahead
Hella
and give y'all
goat.
some examples.
There can't be 2 goals.
Cell.
Can't be 2
Both
goats.
perfect and imperfect. Alright, I already know everybody remembers Cell. You know, go ahead and drop that for imperfect Cell, by the way. Go ahead and drop that. But what about imperfect? When you pulled up on Piccolo,
That's a good one. That's a good one too. Yeah, my man almost fell off.
Go ahead and play that for me. And what about the beat drop when Super Saiyan?
all right.
You know about that. Hey, Mystic Gohan. The beat is, come on, it's phenomenal. Rock the Dragon. You already
Rock
know
the Dragon
what's
is a
about to play Rock
beast.
the Dragon.
Beast.
You wanna fight. You wanna fight. Even you wanna fight. Come on.
That's one go. Stop it. Yeah.
Come on. It's done. Done.
Okay. I understand.
All right,
This is
hold on.
gonna be a very
So, I don't know. I really don't even know who to give this one to. I don't know. Though they definitely had some good ones. You could tell that Mark definitely did his homework because I mean he said Kimimaro. There's a bunch of good ones in Naruto, so it's a bunch of good ones in Dragon Ball too. I mean, even if you want to come up like even they didn't even say Super. I mean, it's a lot of good soundtracks up in there. So I'm just gonna give them both the point. I mean, they both had gave some good ones, so I'll give them both points. But I mean, sad to say that this looked like it's gonna be 3-2 Dragon Ball. But let's see what the judge gonna say. He's probably gonna say some stuff like, "Hey, all right, that's cool. Make sure y'all judge in the comments." But let's see.
difficult case for me to give a verdict to. But let's hear your cases overall and wrap it up from there.
Okay, so they're gonna give a final.
To conclude our argument, we're just gonna say that Naruto is just colder than Dragon Ball Z.
Really, their whole case for Naruto is like, "Hey, we about to shit on Dragon Ball."
Fire, character development, cold. What was the last one? Story. Cold. So I just said that you just have to give it a 9.5. Hey man, shut up.
Hey,
I just feel like that you
shut
should give
up.
it a 9.5.
At the least.
10. I mean, yeah, that's arguable. You know, I'll argue with you, but
Why would you argue that?
Yeah, we won't argue with you.
There you go.
Yeah, won't. Sorry.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank
Hey.
you.
I seen it there.
We
Thank you.
we don't want this guy as a lawyer, man. He's terrible.
Yeah, we'll go with that feeling.
Hey, fuck you, man.
And we rest our case.
That's it?
Alright, Dragon Ball Z, and all the points, I think nobody can argue that Dragon Ball Z was revolutionary in every category. In character development, come on. Vegeta built the stepping stones to character development.
Okay.
Come on. Plot, power-ups. They do this. Music.
Plot.
Amazing.
Can you use plot?
I put on my glasses to see through the lies. Fighting. They were renowned. They were known for that. I mean, all around Dragon Ball Z.
They are known for the fighting, but the fighting's better in Naruto. I like his. He was straight to the point on his points. Like, hey, we have this category, this category, this category.
Fine, valid points. But at the end of the day, there has to be a winner, and that means I will have to give the dub to Naruto.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby!
What?
I see that L, y'all boys.
I see that L. Hey, but we take free dubs over here, boy.
Naruto gang, baby, Naruto.
Free dubs.
But I still respect Dragon Ball Z to the fullest, my nigga. I really fucks with it strong.
I really respect that.
They don't respect Naruto. They don't respect this. But hey, go fuck with that them DBZ though. Peace out, baby. Peace out. Peace out.
Defend the judge, bro. Gang, gang.
All right, so yeah, so just judging off of that, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Dragon Ball based off what I was. If I was a judge, clearly I'm not. So Naruto won, but let me know what you guys think. If you thought that Naruto should have won or Dragon Ball should have won, based off your first decision, your first opinion, and then once you've seen some of the points people was making, did you change your mind or whatever the case is? Also, give me a couple points from some of these. Give me some of your points from some of these that people could have came up with. Like right now, I came up with some of these on the fly, and I'm like, hey, these points are better than some of these points. And, you know, some of them did their homework, but then some people don't, right? So if you have time to think about it, you'll have time to come up with some really good points. Like right now, you could probably catch mine, the points I was making, and probably poke a whole bunch of holes in it because I'm just coming up with it like, oh, I remember this happened, I remember this happened, I remember this happened. So that's the situation, but I really think Dragon Ball won that. Also, you know, just to double back to the video, I'm gonna put RDC World 1 link in the description. Also, I'm gonna put the link to, you know, their promo on there. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm gonna use their video to react to, I'm gonna go ahead and support them as well. So make sure you go ahead and support them. Like, comment, subscribe, support your boy. Until next time, I'm out.